I dropped my phone in the pool. I'm really stressed about it. And I was like, how else would I start this episode but just literally how I feel right now? It's okay. It will be fine. Honestly, it's my own fault. I mean, obviously, who else's fault is it? Would it be? But I was like moving too fast. And it was ridiculous. I literally dropped it into the pool. I like flew into the pool and I jumped into the pool with my clothes on. Like I'm embarrassed for myself, but also like impressed with my reaction of just so quickly saving my phone. How fast we'll save the things that are surface level and how much we wait to save the things that really need to be saved, right? I'm going to backtrack for a minute. Hello, I'm Ricki. Ricki, can't even say my name. And I am a motivational speaker, a mentor, podcaster, a creator, and this is my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. If this is your first time listening, and it's a walking podcast. So we walk, we put one foot in front of the other, and that's what we do. And welcome. If you're new here, this is just sort of how it goes. I just say whatever's on my mind, and it usually results in a inspirational, motivational, helpful, educational, relatable sort of experience for you. And you'll always get something from every single episode. So you might not know what you get right when you come to the episode, but you will leave with something more. Damn, that was profound. But let's go back to what I just said about how fast we jump in to save the physical things in our lives, or just the dress that got a stain on it, or the carpet that's dirty, or, you know, whatever it is in your life that you jump to save, but you think twice about you. Isn't that amazing when you really think about it like that? Like I jumped in that pool so fast to save my phone, to save my phone's life. And it took me years to even think about saving my own. Someone messaged me today on Instagram. I get a lot of messages. Maybe you're someone that's messaged me and you're listening to this podcast right now. Maybe you're the person that messaged me and this is a podcast episode that you're listening to. Hello. And I say this with love, but someone messaged me today and they go, I really need your help, blah, blah, blah. Like my friend sent me your page. Like I need help walking away from weed. Like, you know, the typical message, which is great. Fine. Please always reach out. But, you know, I said to her, I said, okay, great. I have a couple options for you. You know, I have a program and here's what it is. I didn't give her anything. I didn't give her any price or any of the information or anything like that. And she literally goes, unfortunately, I can't afford it right now. I'm like, I didn't even tell you the price. Like what? I literally was like, wait, I'm confused. Like I didn't tell you the price. You definitely did not go to my website. And I'm literally confused. And I was like, this is funny, but also just like concerning that like people are so willing and so desperate to reach out and tell me how much they're struggling, but you give them an option, it's all of a sudden too expensive. It's like, how much do you value your life? And if you're listening to this, right, and you've done that to me, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but like your addiction will always cost more than my program. Every time. Every single time. It just does, because it just costs you so much. You make one payment and you get your life back. You get the tools to get your life back. But you make the same payments every day, every month, every week for years and years and years. And what is it really doing for you? And maybe you're listening to this and there's something else in your life that you won't commit to. The therapist is too expensive, or the gym membership is too expensive, or the healthy food is too expensive. And so you stay where you're at because something else might cost you more. Not even realizing that your situation now will always cost you more. I used to have a lot more patience for it. Like in the beginning of my program, wow, it's almost, I don't know if you hear the chickens. Like, I'm sorry, there's something I can do about it. They're literally in the background. I'm on Shelter Island in New York right now. Apparently they have chickens. People, you know, I used to, my program was 186, okay, to begin with. And this was months ago, 7 months ago almost. Wow, it's crazy. And I raised my price, and I will continue to raise it. It won't be crazy, but like I will continue to raise it. I mean, that's just what you do in business when you get more credibility and you work with more people and all of the things, right? And I used to, for the first like 4 months, like I used to just like really try to understand the objection. You know, unfortunately, I can't afford it right now. Okay. Like, you know, I used to try to explain to them like why it was so important. And now I'm just like, okay, you know what? If I really believe in my heart that you need me to push a little bit to help you overcome the fear, I'm there. But someone that says to me like, unfortunately, I can't afford it right now, but they haven't even asked for the price or they don't know the price, it's just like, why did you message me? Seriously. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't message me. It's just like, if all you're looking for is a free tip or trick, like just Google it. Because it's 2022. There's a bunch of free content out there. I mean, I put free content out there all the time. This podcast is free. And I love that you love it. And I love that it helps you change your life. And my videos, and like, I'll always do that. But you know what? People, when they pay attention. And I really believe that. I also invest in myself all the time. So it's like, I could message someone and be like, hey, how do you do this in business? Like, how do you learn to market, right? How do you market things? And that person would be like, I could tell you like a very simple thing that I do, but that's just only a part of it. And I think you need to realize that if you're listening to this right now and you're like, well, I've just been listening to the podcast, but you're still struggling, and you watch my videos and you're still struggling, and it's just a constant, like nothing has really changed, but you've been listening to me for a long time. Why don't you just join the program or go watch my seminar, the replay, or just do something, even if it's not with me. But if you're not doing anything and you're still where you're at and you're waiting to be ready, it's just another story you tell yourself. Because here's the other truth is, it's not like I woke up one day and I was ready to walk away from weed or ready to leave my relationship or ready to change my life. I was just really fucking sick of where I was at. And I actually, everything that I teach in my programs and that on the seminar replay, the first step seminar, these are all things I did before I even walked away, and they got me ready. You know, a lot of people that do my program, they say like they were not ready. A lot of them always tell me that they wanted to like get a refund before the program started, which is not something that I do, but just, you know, and then after the program, they're like, holy fucking shit. So how quick are you to save other things in your life? And how slow are you moving to save your own? I know, profound, right? But it's the truth. And it's hard for me as the person who was you to watch you in the cycle that you've created. And I'm not saying it's easy to walk away from, and I'm not saying that you have to be ready to, but you got to do something. You have to do something. And if someone's presenting you options and you're not going to take any of them, it's hard to be like, ooh, I'm sorry. It's like, hey, just do something. Take that money that you spend between, I don't know, $300 to $1,000 a month that you're spending on weed and put it to something that will actually change your life. I know I'm being a little harsh. It's probably because my phone dropped in the pool and I'm just like not in the best mood, but it is the actual truth. And I think the more that I do this, the more people that I work with, the more people that I watch transform from my programs and from what I do, it's just like I have less patience for like, is it free? It's not free, but it does not cost as much as your current situation. And you know what else? I love being an entrepreneur, and I love women in business, and I love obviously men in business, and I love watching people make money from things that they enjoy. And I really I'm a really big believer that I like to pay people. If someone does good work for me or I invest in something and I get a lot of value from it, I love paying for it. It's accountability for me. I also just money always comes back. Money is energy. So if you invest your money into something good, something will happen, right? So I invest every single month in myself. I buy programs or I do, different things to expand my knowledge of being an entrepreneur and running a business. I read all the time. I'm just always investing in myself. Sometimes I invest in marketing stuff. Sometimes I invest in, learning about how to run a business. Sometimes I invest in just learning about the nervous system more. It just doesn't matter what it is. I always, every single month, I put in at least $1,000 into something. And I'm not saying that you have to do that or that much, whatever it is for you. I take money that I make and I put it back into something because money always comes back. Because when you put your money in the right stuff, it always comes back. Meaning when I invest in things, whether it's $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000, whatever it is I'm investing in, okay? Not everyone is in the same situation. You got to do what's best for you. But when I invest in something, even if it's $150, if it's going into something that's going to expand me, I usually get that back, meaning either I get smarter, so I make more money because I'm just more educated and smarter at what I'm doing, which I do every single month. I try to get smarter at being who I am at being an entrepreneur, at teaching you, and try to get better and better and better so that I have more to offer. Or I make an investment in something that's like a little bigger and then I get 5 new clients. Not because I'm better, I am better because I'm investing in myself, but because like energy. The universe is like, okay, she's willing to invest in herself, so people should be willing to invest in her. And that was one of the reasons I raised my price. It was 186 and now it's 420. And I did that because I've gone up in value. Not like I wasn't valuable before. You aren't valuable. It's just like the people that you work with or the people that create these things, like you have to realize what they're doing behind the scenes. Like they're always improving. So somebody's value goes up based on how long they've been doing it, how much they know, how many people they've worked with, how many transformations they have gotten. So when you buy something, this is important. And it's just an important thing for you to realize. Like you're not buying a call. You're not buying a 3-day session. You're not just buying a workbook. You're not just buying 5 therapy sessions, right? Like I want you to think about this. I think this is really important for you to understand. You are buying so many things. Okay. So if you sign up for my program, let's just use my program as an example. It's a 3-day program, right? Here are the things you get with the 3-day program. Obviously, you get the calls, you learn certain topics, you get the workbook, you get the free first step seminar video. Like those are just the things that you get, right? What are you actually buying? Obviously, you're buying transformation, you're buying sobriety, you're walking away from weed, you're buying all this educational thing, that all this stuff that you're learning, you're buying community. But what else are you buying? What are you really paying for? You're not just paying for the program and the transformation, you're also paying for the person who's running it, all of their credibility, their experience, their knowledge, how long they've been doing something for, how many people that they've helped. People think they're just buying that thing and they don't realize that they're actually buying a full package. You're buying all of my experiences. You're buying all my education. You're buying my time that I've put into this. You're buying the hard work it takes to create something like this. You're buying my personal experience walking away from weed and how I have even gotten to where I'm at. So I just want you to remember that. You're not just buying one thing, you're buying a full package of something. And the investment, that is the investment. And you're not just investing in you currently, you're investing in your whole life, yourself, your future. I don't know. I just think like it's just if you don't know that, you don't understand that, it's harder to see. But as an entrepreneur, I've had to learn that. I've had to learn that value is not based on just how long something is, right? Like just because my program is 3 days doesn't mean it's less valuable. It actually makes it more valuable because I can create a transformation so fast in so short period of time that that's actually more valuable. You don't want my program to be that much longer. Trust me. I would rather you learn something quick and be able to get it. And by the way, the amount of people that have been able to catch up to it and catch on to it that fast is unbelievable. So you got to stop associating actual time of something with money. They're not equal at all. You could spend 3 hours with the smartest person in the entire world. They could give you all the information in the whole world. You could pay them a certain amount of money. You could spend 25 minutes with somebody and they could say the right things and change your entire fucking life. Who's worth more? What's more to you? So that's number one. Number two, you have to realize that you're not just paying for the actual product or service. You're paying for all of the things that come with it or had to come with it or had to go into it. And then you have to remember that you're also paying for your future. If you make decisions only as the person that you are now, you might just make the same decisions over and over and over again. If this is your first time listening to this, I promise I'm usually a much more chirpy, whatever it's fucking called. But you know what? It is the truth. And people sometimes think I'm can be an asshole about it. But it's not that I'm an asshole. It's just that I know, I get it. Investments are scary. Walking away from weed is scary. Changing your life is scary. It's all really scary. Being an entrepreneur is pretty fucking scary too. I gamble every month. I'm slowly building a business that is going to be, sustainable. And I have really big dreams and goals and impact I want to create and different things I want to do and all the stuff, right? So it's taking some time, but it's still scary every month. And that's just because of my current business model, but it's always scary. And when I'm scared and I'm scared to make a decision, I need somebody else who's been there already to be like, yo, none of this bullshit. Let's keep going. Keep fucking moving. And so you are in that place right now. If you have not joined my program or you haven't taken the next step, and even if it's not with me, doesn't matter. But listening to my podcast episodes, waiting to get ready and watching my videos, like that's really great, but that's the icing on the cake. That's not the fucking cake. That's the icing. You need the eggs. You need the batter. You need all this fucking other shit. And you're just going right to the icing. At some point, you have to do more. And I'm not going to run this program live forever. I'm just not going to. It's going to become something that you'll be able to purchase and buy, which is great. But waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, it's like, how much longer can you wait just to learn something? You don't even have to be ready. But you will be a lot more ready, I promise you, after you walk out of that room. And what I mean walk, I mean like close the Zoom. So I don't know how this even became about this, but here it is. Jump in the pool, save your phone. Jump into a program, save your life. Yeah, I said it. I'm at the Airbnb right now. This guy's watching me video. This morning he watched me video outside dancing, and now he's watching me podcast. He's like, what? This girl. Another influencer from LA. Okay, so I'm really happy I podcasted. That felt really nice. It's like you don't want to do the thing, but you're like, no, you should do the thing. Do the thing. The thing always is good. The chicken, I can out with the chicken though. We start the second week of October. I hope you'll come with us. I hope you'll start with us. And there's details in the show notes. And if you're not ready for the program yet, obviously I encourage you to join no matter what. But if you are not ready for the program, go watch the First Step seminar replay. It's about the first steps that I took. It's really powerful. Help you get your mindset in the right place so that you'll get ready for the program. Sometimes we just need one step at a time. But do something. Do something. Just take a small action. Every small action leads you down a new path. Okay? I love you. You can message me. You can DM me. If you have any questions, you can go visit the website. You can go sign up for the seminar. There's so many options. Not so many options yet, but there are options. I'm working on more. But just do something, okay? And hopefully I'll get my phone fixed tomorrow. And not that you care, because you're literally going to be listening to this on Mondays. It's super relevant to you. But I love you, and I'll see you next week.